Yes, there's microphone. Okay. Is your phone sitting on the table?
Yes.
When you have the phone sitting on the table and it vibrates so far. It like feels like the phone's right under my arm.
Strong vibration.
Hi, Vanessa. I did not have my smiley face working. I had to smile. Word. Yo. Hi, everybody. How is your weekend? I hope it's going well.
It's not the weekend yet.
It's not?
It's Friday.
Yeah, it's the weekend. Is there Friday night weekend?
Friday night?
It's Friday night. It's 6 p.m.
All right, maybe.
This was always the time when I was a kid that we would have pizza and a movie. Usually pizza and wings from Molinari's. It was a large pizza and 50 wings for $20.
Dude, I wish we could get that now.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. There'd be so many
50
wings.
wings?
Yeah,
Jeez.
50. There'd be wings left over the next day. I'd have lots of wings for days. Did you take the bag?
Again? Yes, I did.
Oh, may I have the bag?
Scaredy!
Dude! Quit being dumb. What'd you do?
He says as he does it all the time.
Yeah. No, I totally admit that I'm dumb. Okay, hold on. You get some too. He's like, these taste too much like food. I don't like that. Can I have some nice beef jerky?
No, pork.
Oh, it's jerky?
Gassy likes pork.
Is that jerky pork?
Oh, actually, I think it's supposed to be chicken. Wait, no. We read the ingredients. It was mostly pork.
That's right.
It's with chicken.
Our cat likes pig. Even bologna.
You can't figure out where it is under the mouse.
Look over here. I got out of the shower and dried my legs and my back went. No, I am so sorry. I get it though.
Yeah, he's done that.
Yeah. Like I wake up in the morning, cramp. What the hell? I just woke up. Nemo likes cheese.
A lot of cats like cheese.
Hi, you had enough. You don't even care about treats. You left them last time. Yeah, that's the treats. God, I am so sorry, Scaredy. Yeah, because you don't really have much choice. Like, you could sleep all the time, but that might hurt your back too. So, I'm going to wait a few more minutes, but this is what I have from last time. There's a cat in the way. Just imagine that you can see past the cat. Loot, why are you extra bugging me?
What kind of cookies? Wait, did she post pictures? There's probably pictures.
I don't know. She usually posts pictures. Well, actually, I wouldn't know, but she has posted pictures. Doctor on Monday. Oh, for Scaredy? Good. Cats are the way. Hi. Yeah, okay. You want to go over there? Yeah. He's like, but where are the treats? I saw you take the bag this way. Okay, he has moved a little bit. Let's see if we can see it now. Move your butt. Move your cat butt. Move the cat butt. Thank you. We did our Persephone, and these are not the only options. We can do others. Diana had a couple of ideas that I wasn't familiar with, and I kind of felt bad that I wasn't. So, like, we can do other mythologies. I'm just not familiar with them, so people will need to give me more info. Like, here's how the story goes. Here's a link, Jake. Short version is an exemplar. Chocolate chip. His favorite is chocolate chips, so I made them all post pick when they are all done baking. Big pile pick. Okay. Yes, Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga, it is totally doable, but like in order to make it a challenge, I'd want to make it as true to the stories as I could, which is a witch who has a lot of talking animals that are actually probably just people that were polymorphed and has little trinkets that do magical things, has a flying cauldron. I guess all of this is just magic items and spells. So I don't really know how to make Baba Yaga interesting for people. Like, we choose the witch, patron, Baba Yaga, and spells. Cool, done. Make her a puppet. We could make.
Don't inhale water.
I'm just so dehydrated. The water's making me choke.
Send help. We're in the desert and it sucks.
Yeah. In the desert, well, obviously you sweat and it immediately evaporates, so like you're sweating but you feel dry, which is freaking weird. But also, if you're dehydrated and you drink water, you will start to choke because your throat feels more dry because the water just rinsed away the mucus coat that was on your esophagus. Yeah, nice. Isis we could do. Yes, we are talking mythological characters and creatures. I don't care. Whatever. Like, obviously, if you say a mermaid, that's easy. So it'd have to be like an intricate or hard to do creature. But you can just like name shit off and we can say what works and what doesn't work. Quetzalcoatl is gonna be easy-ish because it's basically just a Nagashi. Because like you choose rainbow frills. Um, Red Riding Hood I still think is funny, so that's cool. And Loki seems really hard, so I want to do it. Um, we have Boss Frey Freya slash Sif. Yeah, Loki would be the biggest challenge. Bost or Red sounds cool too. Bost seems really easy for me too, but maybe it's just because I love Egyptian mythology. Red Riding Hood seems like we'd have to add more to it because the story is so simplistic. There are different versions of Red Riding Hood. And if any of you have seen Hoodwinked, we can take some inspiration from that. I think that it might have been a mistake to choose mythology, or rather to choose any theme, because last time we were just making stuff that was fun and silly, and the theme came out of it. So I think that while Persephone is really cool, I think that it would be easier if we just went with no theme and it just built itself along the way. I will write these down. That's not an eraser. La 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 la. Black. Anubis would probably be pretty simple too. Um, the main reason that I liked Persephone is because she's intricate. She's from two different worlds, and so you could play riffs on both of those. Hansel and Gretel, I think, are interesting because you can make them like Hansel and Gretel, the children who grew up to become witch hunters. So you could have them start off with like characterization based on feats and skill feats that are them just being able to survive in the woods and being bad at following directions and being tricky people. And then I mean like being good at like playing tricks, and then at the very after they grow up you could have them have hunting abilities to hunt down witches like the Hansel and Gretel movie. I don't remember how Bugs Bunny says Hansel, Red Riding Hood growing up to be Robin Hood. That's a twist. But mythology doesn't just have to be classical mythology. It can be stories that we grew up with, like the Berenstain Bears or Dr. Seuss. Folklore. Hi, baby. I don't know if I can show this well on screen. Do you have a light ready?
Yes.
Okay. So what was the name of the collab? Chaos?
Chaos Collab.
Okay, so Storm joined a group that like of different dice makers, and they're doing a chaos collab. They was it you rolled to figure out what you were gonna do?
No, we were all assigned different people to choose one aspect of their creation, and we all chose for each other from a list of things that we decided that we would be willing to do.
So people were just a jerk to you.
Yes.
Wow. I thought it was more random than that. Okay, so they had to pick each other's, and so the things that Storm was required to do were colors that she doesn't and like in general, not just on dice, and they were styles that don't go together on the same die. Like they just don't work. They don't make sense. It's not one die, and so she was able to do some stuff with it that made it the ultimate chaos die. This thing is weird and nuts. It is too bright.
It's really hard to get it to focus. It is a geode, so the open part
That's the
there on
geode.
the 20 has sparklies inside. Then it's a magenta back with neon orange lava almost.
Yeah, right there.
Going through it. It's not focusing.
I know. I don't have a face. Focus on the die. Focus on the die.
Anyway, this is going to be given away in the next couple weeks. We'll leave a link probably also on Discord, but in the description of this live stream if you want to get in on the giveaway. There are 8 different artists, maybe 9 different artists that are doing this collab. So you might win one of theirs as well.
I just want to show the die because it is a freak of nature. Like there is no way this shit goes together.
It was the definition of chaos for me because I will probably never make another die like this one. It is one of a kind.
It started off way fugglier. She improved it. I'm looking in YouTube video comments now. Hansel? Like he's from New York? Hansel?
That's kind of what it sounded like. Yeah.
Little bit. Hansel. Thank you, Zarquan. Robin Hood, but as a woman and her outfit is red instead of green. Dude, Robin Hood is so easy to do. It's just a ranger. Just a stealthy ranger. Is it? I think it looks cool too, Scaredy, but only because it's so weird and random. It has copper numbers, an orange ribbon that she also covered with black so that it looks like cooling lava. That's the coolest part of it. And then it has a magenta background of the clear. And then inside that is a broken out cavern looking area of a geode made with crystals. You should try to make a nuclear. Dude. Dude, how 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 do you make it? No, you could do that. All right, let's add Nuka Levy. I don't know how to say that. Knuckleheads. Reminds me of those crystal growing kids. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Well, that was the idea, but it didn't come out exactly like I wanted it to. Oh well, that's art for you.
How do you spell Nuka Levy? I already misspelled it. Is anyone else here familiar with a Knuckleavy? It's an interesting monster. It's horrifying. It would be very hard to make as a character. I still like the Red Riding Hood, Vanessa, whether we do it grown up or like a grown up into Robin Hood or not. Um, I'm sorry. I think that I want to. I don't want to erase Bost. I love Bost. Fine, I'll just keep it there. The Demon Centaur thing, yes. Okay, let's do something that we can all. For that reason, I'm getting rid of Quetzalcoatl because it's too easy to make. I wouldn't enjoy it.
Easier to make than it is to say.
It's fun to read. Yeah, looks like a rider fused to a horse, but it's all the same creature. It has one mind, and the rider has no legs. It's just the torso up of a person glued to a skinless horse. I think that's from the Philippines. I'm sorry, I'm erasing Boston and Anubis. I love them, but they're just too simple. Loki is staying on there, even though he, she, it is a deity, because Loki is so damned random that it's going to be hard to make. So we still have Loki, Hansel and Gretel, Red Riding Hood, Freya, Sif, and the Nuka Levy. I don't think that people are going to have fun trying to make the Nuka Levy. Oh my God, it's Scott. Oh wait, is it Scottish or Welsh? Yeah, I guess obviously I don't remember it very well, so I forgot that it was Scottish. Hi. Yeah, you can lay there. Please lay there. Bathroom time must be awkward for them. I've been thinking about dating. Hey, eyes up here. Eyes up here. No, my other eyes. Yeah, that is what that looks like, Zarquan. Thank you. That's gross. I like the Nuka-Levy, but I think that if people aren't familiar enough with if people aren't familiar with the mythology, then it's going to be very one-sided. And I want this to be a group project. That's why we're doing a live stream on it. That's why I thought that maybe we should have just like random ideas made into a character. In fact, as much as I dislike it, I'm erasing Freya Sif as well because it's so straightforward. So far we have Red Riding Hood, Hansel and Gretel, and Loki because they are intricate and weird. I kind of want to do the Easter Bunny. So what would I do if I were trying to do something that was a mythological creature? I'd probably go. You know what? I think this is too restrictive. I think that we should just take weird, random, fun ideas and then cram them into a theme later. Because the okay, so narrowing someone's scope does help them be creative. But if the scope is limited in theme, then you have to get to a point in the character creation process in your mind that reaches the theme in order for the theme to work. Like, you can't just apply a theme later. So I would like to let's try to apply a theme that can make these all work together, but I'd like to just come up with weird random ideas for a character that would work like with a group mechanically, and we can see what kind of theme we come up with. Let's ixnay the whole mythology thing unless that's where we end up, because it's easier to come up with a group out of just fun ideas and mechanics, and we will see where that goes because it'll be easier to get more people involved, more thoughts involved. It's more fun. Ammit from Egyptian mythology. I'm the soul eater alligator woman. Or crocodile. They didn't have alligators. Crocodile. Ammit is terrifying. Ammit is possible, but it seems that while the deities have their own persona, it's not very detailed for a character build. And so to just replicate that is boring. Like, the character will come out boring. They'll just be very one note. It's just that deity. And we can't really add much to it. There's not much room for creativity, is what I'm saying. Oh, that's right. Half crocodile, half lion. She's sapient. Okay. Sure. We could do folklore because this is more broad, at least. Oh, let me spread this link one more place. Be right back. I mean, I'm here, obviously, but I'm not looking at chat right now. Okay, there I am. Squirrel is one of my totems. I mean that figuratively, but it's wow. This camera sucks, man. And brightness. You know what? Just trust me. It's a fucking squirrel. Take a picture of it later. You know, Vanessa, I know in Moon Knight they made her sapient, but in the legends and the hieroglyphics, I don't remember if there was actually ever a story of her doing something besides eating damned souls. Yeah, there are a lot of creatures from folklore and mythology already in the books. Making a squirrel character would be a lot of fun. But yes, Tuaret. Or was that right? I think it was Tuaret. Yes, there was a hippo goddess. All right. Well, if we are keeping Persephone in this group that we're making, then we already have a healer that heals all the time, lots of healing, and yes, I took Timber Sentinel. So bullshit defense and healing, and also damage if you want, and sneakiness. But there is no reason to worry about healing in any way. So for the rest of this group, we can just pick whatever the hell classes and archetypes we want, even if they're all martial melees. Could do a new one like Siren Head. What? How would you make a Sphinx but playable? That's a fun idea. Focused on riddles. There's an archetype based around binding yourself to a Sphinx, so we may as well just take that one. Sphinx is folklore, mythology, creature. Sphinx are supposed to have all sorts of uh, divination and awareness of the universe outside of the material plane. And there are also hi. They are also very vicious, and they are meat eaters, and they like hi. Um, at least in some stories, they like eating humans because they make funny noises. I think that's the cat part of them. Hi, yes, okay. I love you too. And storyteller, but in riddle. Slenderman? I guess we could use folklore as a jumping off point. It just wouldn't be that character, but that's okay. Yeah, Awakened Animal Oracle, probably. But they have to have like a vicious side because they're part kitty. Hi. Holy crap, man. Hi. Yeah, hi. Oh. Hi. What? Why? It's okay. Hi. Yes. Mix Boston Sphinx together. That's funny. Oh, what if Bost got polymorphed by a god into a sphinx? Damn, she'd be pissed. But she'd still be the goddess of cats and passion and sensuality and home and motherhood. That's fun. Scaredy, you have good ideas. Or at least you have interesting ideas. They're good to me, but I like that they are sophisticated, complex. I don't mean sophistication as in uppity, but as in complex. Cats and riddles, yeah. Well, I guess we're going cats. Yes, it do. Oh, the baby. All right, so how do you do a uh, Bost Sphinx? That is weird enough to do. I still like the Hansel and Gretel thing. There's story potential there. I think that Red Riding Hood is just a little bit too narrow for me. So we need Little Red Riding Hood plus something. If we're going to be doing Little Red Riding Hood at some point. If you If you don't answer, I will knock this vase off this shelf. So help me. I will. That's good. Yeah. I've already done Jekyll and Hyde. Sorry. Spoiler alert. It's on one of my build videos. I've always wanted to do some sort of Sphinx character. It's weird that I tune in and that's topic. It is weird, but you know what? That's what we're here for. Weird. Huh. Good giddy. I wonder if we can fit Displacer Beast tentacles in there. Anyway, so what are some concepts or aspects that fit with either Bost or Sphinx? Don't eat the erasers. Yeah, hi. It's a
Great,
whiteboard.
thanks.
It is not my fault. I don't even know that song. One of Storm's oft listened to songs is Eat an Eraser. I don't even know the song, but I apparently occasionally say it and then it gets stuck in her head.
If you've ever seen Dexter, the main guy has his own band called Princess Goes to the Butterfly Museum.
Yes, that whole thing is the title. Michael C. Hall, I think
Yeah.
is his name.
He sounds a lot like David Bowie in the way he sings.
Regal, intelligent. Yeah, flight might be a difficult one. There are a lot of different kinds of sphinxes, so I guess we're going with the typical female head, cat body. There are also there's a cryosphinx, androsphinx, gynosphinx, and hierarchosphinx. I don't like that one. It's boring because it has the head of a falcon. Like it doesn't seem easy to relate to. Intelligent flight. And of course, riddles. And eating people. Merciless. Claw dancer or something like that. I don't remember the archetype. That would be fun. Guardian of sacred. Yes, thank you. Guardian. Guardian. Guardian is spelled weird. I don't want to erase Hansel and Gretel. I'll just change where they are. Because I like them. It's a cool idea. Hansel and Gretel. Get to the chopper! I feel like a teacher reorganizing the whiteboard. Red Hiding Hood? Why the hell did I write that? There. Okay. This hopefully makes a little bit more sense. Protection, duality of human nature. I didn't get fearsome, but I wrote eating people and merciless, so it's really similar. Protection, duality of human nature. Yeah, there is a lot of protection. Protecting objects and sacred places. I suppose archaeologists might fit. Protector. Yeah. What fits besides an oracle? I'm not saying we can't do oracle, but the best thing about oracle is the feats, which you can get through an archetype. And oracle is not the only way to know the future. There's also psychic, and there are just spells that let you divine. And this is Lost Omens, so it's really hard to know the future. Harrower? I suppose it fits thematically, but not mechanically. Like, I can't picture a Sphinx going, the tower. Would their thirst for knowledge and riddles make them gluttonous? You want to make them a sin mage? Huh. Harrow Bloodline Sorcerer. I mean, that works because it's all about fate. And they have the Unraveling Blast. I guess that actually works well. Zarquan, is this how you build? Because it seems like this kind of structure appeals to you. Like figuring out the mechanics of how to make this. It does lend to charisma, yeah. I think Harrow Bloodline Sorcerer so far is the most spot on for the main class. And then we can do archetypes. Yeah, because Harrow Bloodline Sorcerer doesn't mean that you have to have something to do with prognostication through the Harrow deck. Monk and some sort of spellcasting archetype. Monk would work for a Claw Dancer. I guess I'm not sure if we need to focus on the physical aspects or the mental slash spiritual aspects. Because they're a big freaking lion. And if we go main class as a spellcaster, we're not going to be using that lion part very much. And not going to be all that physically intimidating, even though it looks intimidating. Speaking of which, we should probably take intimidation. What is the Sphinx primarily? Is it frightening physically or frightening mentally? And in the Greek myths, they are intimidating physically with mental challenges for people, or they tear them apart. Yeah, Witch does too. Oh, but so does Changeling, because we can easily go Changeling to get Iron Claws at first level. Kind of feels right. Well, the Goddess Sphinx was more physical as well. The Gynosphinx, was it Perseus, Hercules? Wow, I don't remember now. But when she was beaten, she threw herself off a cliff when she was defeated with Riddle. Can one of the characters just be an overbearing mom that's a marshal or tyrant or both? Basically just builds up the group and breaks down the enemies. I like that. Is that sort of why you were thinking Siren? Because it's about voice magic. The Gynosphinx could have the role of an overbearing mom protector. That sort of fits the ferociousness and the guardian instinct. Like taking it too far, because the value of being a guardian with ferocity matters more than caring about people's feelings or making sure that they're being kind to others. I think a Sphinx would be a very interesting marshal or commander. Marshal CH, not TI. Hi, baby. Just show you a quick cat shot. He's just resting on his little bed and biting his tail. And he's just a big poof ball. And now I've fucked up the camera. Oh, yeah. Cool. What would be more fitting for a Sphinx? What role would be fitting for a Sphinx in combat? Like, what feels right to you guys playing the Sphinx? Would it be like melee or ha? Ow! He fell and clawed me on the way down. Oh, whew. Oh. YouTube comments. Holy crap! A rolly. That's good for inspiration and nightmares. Thanks, Zarquan. It's frightening. Controller does make sense, doesn't it? You're right. Yeah, that's like the personality of a Sphinx. That would be what class they would go to. It doesn't matter what their physicality is. The personality is what drives people to take a job or a role in combat. So, or a role in a role playing game. Can you point the flashlight down a little? Nope, doesn't help. Okay. I'll just hide. She's trying to yarn in the dark, I think. Yes. You are late, trickster. Give the Sphinx haste and just call it the Zoomies. Oh, that's great. Ah, Yarn in the Dark should be a song. I don't know why, but like I pictured the Sphinx singing that. All right, so what's a class that says controller or like what role? Obviously not blast casting, occult spells? I guess which would be good with maybe Oracle archetype for the bullshit feats? I don't know. It doesn't have to be just mechanically advantageous. Well, the commander controls their friends, not their enemies. If you're talking about like controlling bad guys, then it would be occult or arcane spellcasting. And what's the name of the stupid archetype that casts spells that I call beguiler all the time? No, witchcraft. Yes, primal has vines and stuff. That's Does that feel like a sphinx to you? This psychic prognosticating riddle giver who traps people and eats them, throws vines at people. It doesn't feel right. They do come in many forms. I only know a few though. So give me more info on what your sphinx is. What's the one that demoralized and has the captivator? Yes, thank you, Zarquan. Jesus. What's the one that demoralizes and has the ore that messes with people? Tyrant? Probably. And that would kind of fit. Like I picture a sphinx shouting someone down. Holy shit. How could this be a better fit? The obedience champion trigger an enemy in your champion's aura damages you as a reaction. You put an impertinent foe who dared harm you in their proper place. You command your enemy to kneel before you in obedience. If they dare to refuse, they must pay the price in pain and anguish. The enemy must choose one of the following options: kneel, the enemy drops prone as a free action, or refuse, you deal 1d6 mental damage to the enemy. The damage increases as you level. So at the level we're making this character, it'd be 2d6. So forcing someone to be obedient or dealing them damage really fits the Sphinx vibe. But the champion's reaction can be gotten, I almost said purchased, through an archetype. I think it's 6th level? Champion archetype. Yeah, the reaction is 6. So that can also be an archetype. It doesn't have to be the class. I am on the wrong damn page. Hi, people. Yeah, Hag Sorcerer would fit mostly. Yeah, like an overbearing mom. Yeah, Captivator. Captivator really seems to fit the vibe. What if they are a Chrono Skimmer? I mean, I guess that there are Sphinxes in Pathfinder 2 who have time magic, so it fits in world. I'm looking at Chrono Skimmer. Initiative. You redo a skill check or saving throw. Give someone disadvantage or advantage. And that's all it would do at the level we're doing. So while the idea of the Chrono Skimmer fits, or like Time Traveler, the background, mechanically, it doesn't do a lot. It's kind of not a great archetype, unless it's at higher levels. Regal aura of supreme authority sounds very sphinxy to me. It does. I don't see a cat in plate mail. Well, clearly you haven't looked up enough anthro art, furry art. I don't know what to call it when it's not sexually related, because people call themselves furries, but that usually relates to gender. What is it when it's just anthropomorphic, animal, human art? Is that furry art? Is that what that is? So anyway, you haven't looked up enough of that, because I've seen Wemix in plate mail. In fact, that might be the easiest thing to look up. Let's look up Wemix. Wemic armor.
What? Gasty would like your attention now.
What gave you a clue? He's just screaming.
I wouldn't call that screaming. I'd call that whining.
YouTube comments, Discord.
Wow. But we don't have lion paws. We need some lion's paws. But the wings is cool. Did you make that with AI art? What are you doing, little gasty pants? You click all my buttons. Damn. But we don't got no lion body. I want a lion body. That's a Wemic. That's obviously not a Sphinx. I'm sorry, I'm talking about YouTube video comments picture. Would Time Mage fit better? I don't know. Let's look up Time Mage. What the hell does the Time Mage do? Time Mage. Yes, hello. Hi. Oh, the delay consequence one. Yeah, that one's fun. Yeah, this one actually feels like futurishness, but it starts at 6th level. Damn it. and we can't even get the second feat. Fuck. Ugh. Blah. We'd be better off going cleric and taking the time domain. Yes, it would fit better. You are correct. It's just not reachable for levels for this build because level 6. Yes, hello. LOL, Commander Captivator, watch me. No, sit down. Okay, watch me. I also imagine this character getting really pissed off at animals that don't listen as if it reflects poorly on them. Like, especially if they're feline animals. Like, they take it personally if they aren't behaving correctly. Yeah, the domains are not great. Well, okay. There are some domains. I'm sorry, that tickled you. Uh, there are a lot of domains that are crap. But there are some domains that are overpowered. So it really runs the gamut. Yeah, most domains. Yeah. Yeah, Regal Aura of Supreme Authority sounds very sphinxy to me. I have to agree with you. It sounds really cool. We don't have a definitive answer on class. Yes, CJ said monk, and monk would work. But like, so would fighter. I'm not suggesting fighter. Just saying, technically, that would work. Not that we have to go fighter. That's okay if we don't go fighter. It's okay. So sorcerer champion or champion sorcerer? Yeah, I know. I don't know. Okay, what was the purpose of the? Oh wait, no. We could still go changeling. Yeah, we can go. This is weird. Um, there's no such thing as a custom centaur, is there? No. Besides, it would just be a cat head. I think we'd have to go awaken animal cat. Is there any way to get a cat body? I mean, I guess we could go with catfolk, but then it's not a lion; it's a biped. Yeah, I think we should go with as much sphinxiness as we can. How do we get wings? Oh, oh, that's silly. We could go awakened animal. We so so silly. We could go awakened animal flying type, but take claws as our attack. And I know it's not meant to be used this way, but it can be. So we can say that our body is a cat, like a full size, like large sized cat, and we took flight type animal, flying type animal. So we have wings that we can fly with really poorly at, I think, first level, but we actually can't take the heritage until we get to fifth if we're taking iron claws, which we don't need. We can just take other claws. So we can start off with awakened animal flying level 1 and be able to fly and be large sized and take cat claw as the attack option. So then technically you have claws, not talons, and wings. There's no mechanics that say we can't have a cat body, so why not? Yeah, we could do custom mixed with centaur flavored lion, sure, but then we can't fly. Awakened animal lion flavor with a human head, yeah. Beast can, sure, but again, can't fly. We gotta have flying because it's a freaking sphinx, man. flesh warp is an option, but again, we can't fly. I'm more of a monk for this. Well, yeah, but what besides armed attacks does the monk provide for the idea of a sphinx? Centered calmness and key strikes. Like, it doesn't fit the vibe. And if we just want somebody who can do melee, that's any martial. That's what grafts are for. Well, sure, but the graft wings are really high level, aren't they? Grafts. Grafts. Level 17. No. Grafts are not an option for this. Fast, unpredictable movement, master of self. Okay, sure, but that can still be anyone. I mean, hell, that can be psychic. Dragonkin heritage. Yeah, I agree. Claw dancer if you plan to use claws, but we still don't know what the base class is. There's so many archetypes in this system, and because of, yeah, psychic. Like you could do basic classic, but well, you could do the basic class as psychic, but then you kind of suck with attacks. But you can make giant claws. So does that make up for it? Not really. A magic item will achieve permanent wing spell on something. Graphs. But either way, it's not going to be at first level, and it's not going to be within 6th level. So we have to go Strix or Awakened Animal or Dragonkin. And I think there's one other. Sprite to get wings. I think it's Sprite. And out of all those, Awakened Animal has the most versatility because you can have both claws and flying. Hi, dude man. You are super duper dude man late. We have been brainstorming a sphinx. How you make a damn sphinx? I mean, we've figured out the ancestry and heritage is probably going to be awakened animal flying type with cat claw attacks. And there are a few different archetypes that are floating out there, but we don't know what class to take. There have been a bunch of ideas that are floating around for class. So there's been monk, witch, sorcerer, champion, psychic, oracle. Yeah. Why does coffee feel more hydrating than water?
That's a really good question. It's true though.
Yeah.
Maybe because you have creamer in it and it gives it a little bit of creaminess so it doesn't dry out your throat.
Yeah, it feels more soothing.
In the same way, soda is usually more hydrating feeling too.
Because it has sugar a corn syrup that it lines your throat with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of dangerous because it's really not.
No, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Where creature archetype can give flight at level 2? In Where Creature Dedication, it does give the option of having flight at level 2. Your movement speed would be 10 feet and fly would be 15 feet, and you have to land on a solid surface after every flight. So they really suck for movement. Horrible suck. Oh yeah, Winged Warrior. Oh, Winged Warrior might be perfect for this. I have no idea. I don't remember Winged Warrior very well. You have to have permanent wings. So that doesn't mean you have to be able to fly. Okay. At level 2, it would increase your fly speed by 5 feet. And you get wing attacks. And you get to fly when casting air spells or electricity spells. This is all about using your wings as a melee character. That's cute and fun, but I don't think we're going to have enough room for archetypes. Because already to fit Sphinxiness in, we have to grab either champion or one of 2 different spellcasting classes. Or hell, maybe 3. The Hero Sorcerer, or the Witch, or the Oracle. Like, I'd like to grab all of those and have a Marshal as the base. But I don't think we can. Wait, can we? No, you can't. You can't have both human and awakened animal. It's like the opposite. Or Inquisitor, they ask all the questions. Yeah, but it's not what the Inquisitor does. They're not just like it's but it okay, let's look at the mechanics of the Inquisitor. Would the mechanics be able to be twisted into a sphinxy shape? Having throat problems, mix a little honey and cayenne pepper into a cup of tea. Yeah, that totally works. That helps. Coke and Pepsi are going back to cane sugar. Pepsi will include prebiotic fiber. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, interesting.
Winged Warrior is a great with martial artist monk on Strix. Yeah. Sadly, Investigator fits the vibe too. Oh my god, there's so many options. Oh my god!
Welcome to 2.
Yes, welcome to 2, where you rip your hair out because there's so many options. All right, I'm gonna write down some of these fucking ideas and options because I need to.
Pepsi makes you poop.
It's not really, is it? No, she could be serious.
I know.
Oh god, I hope you're not serious, Scaredy. Thaumaturge would kind of fit. Just stop coming up with new ideas. I'm kidding. Hold on. I'm kidding. All right, fuck. I need room. See? I need the bigger whiteboard.
I know, but where are you gonna put it?
I think I might need to grab it anyway. Not this
You're gonna
time,
put
but
it,
maybe.
like, right behind you.
Well, no, I'd put it here still, but I would have to turn around
Yeah.
to write on it, but we'd
Right.
have more space.
You may need to like move the entire thing back so that you've got more space behind you.
I don't know.
You could write smaller, you know.
No, I can't. Cannot write smaller.
If it's barely legible now, it's going to be worse if it's smaller. So
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that.
All right. Fucking classes. All right, so classes. I need a different color. I'll take this one. Classes. All right. Champion, Oracle, Monk, Sorcerer, Witch, which I misspelled.
You've misspelled your favorite class.
Yeah, Wittich. What? Commander. God, there's so many. Let's rule out some freaking classes, guys. Did I say psychic yet? I didn't. Psychic.
Luke's trying to help by pushing buttons.
He lays on it because he knows I touch it. He's
Yep.
saying, touch me.
Yep.
Hey, I love you, baby. Yeah. What? Does it itch? I'll scratch it for you. All right. I got it. Can I have my mouse? Thanks. Oh, fucking Beast Barbarian too. Inquisitor. Jesus. Barbarian. In fucking Inquisitor. Investigator. Are there any that we didn't pick? There's some classes left. Yeah, I agree with the Hero Sorcerer. Totally true. Ah, motherfucker. PF is good for the gut. Pathfinder?
Yeah, that's what I read too. No probiotic fiber. We were still talking about Pepsi.
Yeah. Andrew, I am leaving Thaumaturge out of this just because it would fit other things better, and there's already so many options. Isn't there a lore class? Bard or Lore Master? Commander's a good idea for the control, but what about Witch Warper? Sarquan or Mystic? Ah! We don't need another Mystic, because we have Persephone. She's a Mystic. Witch Warper, oh, that's the Fate thing too. Well, you can't go Fate in every direction. We can't have an Oracle, Psychic, Witch Warper, Hero, or Sorcerer. We just can't fit that many things into a character until high levels. But none of them can be the main focus. So what's like the main base chassis that all this shit should be built on? And is there a martial class that gives flavor more than the champion? Yeah, probably the investigator. Well, but the investigator is a martial, sorta, that studies things, and while a sphinx does that and they collect knowledge and lore. Yeah, you're really cute. Collecting knowledge and lore can be shoehorned in a variety of ways. It doesn't have to be the base of the class. Or it doesn't have to be the class base of the character. I know you could do a claw witch, but they're not good at hitting. So we want this character to be effective too. All right. Hi. Let's find reasons to cancel out some of these ideas for classes. So, Monk, I'm going to cross out because the extra movement and resistances and extra jumping and shit just aren't essential to the theme of this character. The unarmed attacks are, which you can get a variety of ways, even from ancestry feats. So I'm crossing out Monk. If you want to go martial, go champion. I agree. So then in that case, let's get rid of barbarian, because while it fits the feral ferocity of it, it just doesn't lend more besides adding extra hit points and damage. The champion's reaction capitalizes on the flavor of the Sphinx. So let's get rid of barbarian. Hi. And in that case, also commander, because commander is about helping your allies, and Sphinxes don't do allies usually. So no commander. I think I'm agreeing. If there's a martial champion
sound happening? Where's it coming from?
It wasn't just you, but now I'm on the shittier sound of. God, that sucks. I'm on the crappier sound of the camera because yeah, that I hadn't charged that microphone long enough. Love, will you hand me the wireless receiver thingy?
I don't want to touch anything. Just
Yeah, all right. All right. So I will try to speak up because now the sound is being done by the camera, and I may as well just put this thing away. Okay, whatever. I don't know. There's sound. Who cares? This goes away. Yeah, sorry. I know. It's back. Hi, John. Welcome. Living Monolith sounds so appropriate because it talks about a sphinx and it makes them a bullshit fighter. But where are we getting more sphinxy flavor from? I want Living Monolith, but then we're just doing physical stuff and we're kind of forgoing a lot of the mental aspects, all of the mental aspects of a sphinx, besides bow down to me. Which we could get some of that from oracle feats or psychic feats. And the psychic focus spells are awesome anyway. And we could also get the sorcerer hero focus spell. Which I'm going to say no to which only because a sphinx shouldn't have a familiar. They work alone. That's how a sphinx works. And most of the witchy feats just don't fit a sphinx. Can you picture them having a cauldron? Not really. I agree with that with the exemplar, but you still don't get the champion's reaction. And the champion's reaction is the most solid sphinx feel that I've seen in any of the ideas besides Harrow Bloodline Sorcerer or Oracle feeds. So we have Psychic, Sorcerer, Oracle. We can fit 2 archetypes in. We just can't take multiple feats from 2 different archetypes. Like we can have like 3 feats from Oracle and like 1 from Psychic, but it'll be hard to fit in 3 different. Actually, it's impossible to fit in 3 different spellcasting archetypes. We can only do 2 at most. I'm getting rid of Inquisitor because I think it's a ranger. All right, so Sorcerer. At what point do sorcerers get the focus spell? Like, how much do you have to invest to get that? Oh, only level 4. And the spellcasting level 4. Okay, cool. Would Sorcerer be useful for anything besides the focus spell? Well, that would be occult spells, so yes. But Psychic would also be occult spells. And the focus spells are powerful. And the Oracle feats are bullshit. God, the Oracle feature is so cool, though. Okay, so out of the three, Oracle, Sorcerer, Psychic, which is it more important to get either feats or focus spells from? Yeah, we definitely need occult spells. We'll get occult spells. The Hag Sorcerer has a good blood magic effect. Oh, what is that? Oh, wait. We don't get the blood magic as an archetype. So I guess that part doesn't matter. That is really cool, though. Um, Jealous Hex is amazing. Lasts for a minute. One action focus spell. Unraveling Blast. Harrow, Bloodline. I think this just does damage, right? Destroys one of a creature's possible futures, does damage. It can also make them off guard or stunned. They're they're both like a little helpful. Okay, I'm sorry. I need this. Yeah, get off of it. Get off of it. Thank you. Hi, I know. Nature spell Gouging Claw for flavor. Yeah, but we're gonna take claws for ancestry feats anyway. You decide on champion for the main class or something else. Um, Unless something else becomes very apparent that it lends to the flavor of a Sphinx, we're going champion because of the tyranny. Hold on. What's it called? Yes, hi. Okay. Because of the obedience champion reaction. Because it makes people kneel or take mental damage if they hurt you. Again, that could just be an archetype, but I still to be able to use our claws, we have to have the ability to hit well, which is still a martial. So we could do a different martial, but it has to have some flavor with it that fits the Sphinx. Okay, Trickster, bye. See you next Friday. And I've been thinking of it too. And I don't know. So CJ, yes, we decided on champion, but it's not set in stone. Is there a different martial class that is there a different class that's good at hitting things that would be good for base class for Sphinx? Oh my god, hi. Yeah. Should we skip the martial aspect because we have three different spellcasting classes that we want to jam in? I think if it were me, I'd have to because that's me. I love spellcasting and I want all the flavor from all the spellcasting classes. I would just mush all three of those together, psychic, sorcerer, and oracle, and make the Sphinx that way. And just say fuck it to the lack of physical ability. What do you all think? Do Sphinxes need to be able to be physical with people? Yeah. The spellcasting main class that we'd likely go with would be Sorcerer Harrow Bloodline, because it's about fate. And then we would take Oracle Feats and then spend our last optional, or our last option for an archetype feat, since we're doing free archetype, on Psychic to get one of the focus spells that also somehow relates. I don't know what that would be though. Guidance? Because you can do it as a reaction? Maybe it wouldn't be Psychic. Yeah. All right. I don't disagree. Like they do seem all magic-y. All right. Then, while Psychic in theory fits, do any of the Psychic focus spells actually say Sphinx to you guys? Because I don't think so. I think the Oracle feats do because of prophecy, and the Sorcerer spells do, and the focus spells, and the Bloodline ability because it's about fate. So it'd be Sorcerer main, Oracle for picking up feats, and the Sorcerer would be Occult then. Would we be taking Psychic at all, or would we dip into a different archetype? What if Girl and also Sword? I don't know enough about psychics to contribute on that score. One thing cats are good at is grappling, maybe wrestler to get some melee utility. But our strength is not going to be high because we need to have a charisma so our spells can land. I agree, cats are good at grappling. I don't know how that's going to fit into this character. Yes, Cathlete. That's kitties. Psychic, psychic, psychic. Do psychics do a thing? The Harrow spells absolutely fit a Sphinx. Detect magic, ill omen, augury, wanderer's guide. We'll be stopping there. But we'll also get unraveling blast and invoke the Harrow. What does invoke the Harrow do? They get random prophetic abilities. I mean, they target a creature. It's a buff. They can give people damage bonus, AC bonus, temp hit points. It's random, very random. Or targeting an enemy, it makes them enfeebled, clumsy, stupefied. So it's versatile, and that's good. The blood magic is meh. It just keeps you from being hurt as much because it gives you concealment. But everything else about Harrow fits. Yeah, it's not as powerful as some of the others. Like the Hag one is just more powerful. But it fits. It works. It feels right. Yeah, charisma leans towards sorcerer. Psychics do things on par with the best spell damage, or you can make them do damage without a roll. Do psychic focus spells have like cool cat themed things or prophecy themed things? That is what I am looking for now. Conscious mind. Ooh, telekinetic rend. Can we get that high? Telekinetic projectile, mage hand aren't going to work for this theme. The oscillating wave isn't either. The silent whisper probably is the most likely. Oh, the infinite eye. Let's look at that. Oh yeah, detect magic and guidance. Amped guidance is useful. I just don't like choosing things that are a tiny numerical bonus because they're usually not much flavor. But in this case, for this character, I guess it would be. But if there's another archetype that's beyond +1 to a check, then I think we should take that instead of psychic. Don't fall off the table, Fluffball. Oh yeah, Harrow is still better for the theme. So Sorcerer, Harrow, and Oracle Feats. What's our last archetype we're gonna? Because we'll probably only be able to take 1 feat from it. 2, 4, 4, 6, 6. Okay, maybe 2 at most. Investigator? Witch? Why would witch be good? What would we take for witch? Yes, hello. Do any of the basic lessons... I don't think any of them have anything to do with prophecy. Okay, exemplar. Level 6 could circle back to the time mage. Yes, it could, but delay consequences, while it's good, I don't think is good enough for our last archetype feat. Because it doesn't do a lot. It does something super useful, but rarely. What is exemplar that would fit with this theme that would be useful for control / debuff? I don't think there would be anything. Because exemplars are mostly based around physicality. And we're not throwing anything. We don't care about regeneration. Spell Trickster? Maybe. I think I need some water. Magus. Where does Magus fit in? I wish Winged Warrior wasn't just for melee, because it's so cool. Magus, her attack is going to be shit. So, like, just Magus isn't going to be that useful. Spellmaster, Spell Trickster. Let's look at those. Hi, yeah. We could at this point take the champion feats for the archetype just to get the reaction, but it's only if you get hit and you're a caster, so you're probably not in the front. So I don't think it'd be useful anymore. So champion, go bye-bye. No champion. No champion. Blood. The infinite eye. No cast. No psychic either. Okay. What is that? Your phone?
Yeah, the new one that's making my sound.
Okay. Spellmaster, you can identify shit, and that's it. So no. Spell Trickster is cool, useful shit for this character, but none of it seems very fitting the theme except Confounding Image. Talisman Dabbler give a prize for answering a riddle. That's fucking cute. I love that. I hate Talisman Dabbler, but I love that idea. Kineticist? How? What would that be useful? Vampire. Yes. We're totally making Sphinx vampire. Oh my god. Talk about bloodthirsty. But just vampires won't really do a lot because you can't grapple very well as a sorcerer. What about kineticist? What element would fit? Like the purposes? Air? Uh Sphinxes live on mountains and craggy rock covered hills, so they're generally very high up. So I guess air or earth would fit in general, but there's nothing that's really like I tear you apart or I see your future in kineticist. Not that I can think of. Even wood or metal. Now we take investigator? It would work. Devise a stratagem. Smart person. Sand. Why not go bard for the lore and spells? Well, if we want lore, we can go lore master, which I guess fits well with this character. Thaumaturge would also work, but while it's cool that you get an implement, what implement would even make sense? Like regalia? Give people bonuses versus fear? Linguist, that's cool. No, that would actually fit very well. Because the riddles. Is there a riddle feat in linguist? Is there a riddle feat anywhere? Because whatever that is, I want to take that. Yeah, hi. Oh, okay. I love you too. Yeah, I know. Oh, rub the belly. Okay. Riddle. Puzzle box equipment. Nothing that I see as a riddle. Damn. Linguist. This is awesome. Like I can totally picture a sphinx studying language. It's fun. I think it works with a charisma based character. You have to be an expert in society. That's fine. Get the multilingual skill feat twice. Phonetic training. They'd be a good spy. God, I think that it doesn't fit their role in combat, but so what? I mean, linguist is like a perfect fit. And yeah, lore master too. I agree, but lore master I think is based on intelligence. We could get bardic lore by going bard. Can we spend 2 feats on bard and get bardic lore? I believe so. Yeah, lore master is an intelligence based thing because it's a lore. But for bard, it's bardic lore. Is that charisma? Let's look. Bardic lore is still intelligence. Okay. Well, lore master would be faster and easier. I think we might be going lore master. Because everybody needs a know-it-all in the party. And so far, Persephone does not know it all. Quick study is cool. It'd be versatile. It would fit. I think as much as I think linguist would fit the personality of a Sphinx, I think lore master is just more useful, and it still fits the personality of a Sphinx, just not quite as well as the passionate obsession that a Sphinx has. Like a Sphinx tends to devote like all of their attention to one obsession, but a lore master is about knowing a lot of different stuff, which reflects how old a Sphinx is and how long they've been around. So it still fits. It's just not perfectly in character for that personality. But so what? It's more useful. So any objection to lore master kind of hurts me to take it because it's not as fun as other stuff we could do, but it fits. Yeah, it does sound like a gnome. I bet gnomes and sphinxes would get along really well as long as the gnome didn't try to ride the sphinx. Like, if this character has any way of electrifying their body or making spikes come out of their back if somebody tries to ride them, they would have that spell prepared. Yeah, lore master. Okay, so we're going lore master. No psychic, no champion then. Just sorcerer as primary and oracle for mysticy feats. And lore master that's misspelled. Yep. Thank you all. We did it. We're going to have this character now. What's a good Sphinx name? I know, Sphinctra. What?
Mr. Beaglesworth.
Mr. Bigglesworth, the female Sphinx. Perfect. Suplexion. That's that. Look what they did to Mr. Bigglesworth. That's cute. I like that. Sapphirus. You just need to recontextualize it. The gnome isn't riding the Sphinx. The gnome is a portable defense turret the Sphinx has as a pet. I like that. Homicidal meow. I would not be surprised if that's actually the caption in that movie. I just don't recall if it is. Allie. Oh my god. Ugh. 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 Allie. Ugh. You know what? Sphinxes love riddles and jokes, and some of them could love puns. Allie. Like, can you picture somebody who just loves that joke telling people that their name is Allie and trying not to smile? Sninks. Puzzle Paws! How adorable is that? Ozemia. Ali Puzzle Paws. Riddlebane, Whisker Doom,
Miss Wrinkles.
Miss Wrinkles, because she's a Sphinx cat. Oh my god. No, she's not. She's not like naked of fur. She has fur. A female Sphinx named Mr. Puzzle Paws. Thalzura. That's Thalzura. I could see as like the real actual name, and then she just lies constantly to anyone who asks what her name is, and says different things. Like, wait, what was my name in this city? Oh yeah, Puzzle Paws. We'll go with Puzzle Paws.
Which is what the gnomes named her.
The gnomes would name her that. Oh my god, this character's gonna be a friend to gnomes. It's adorable. It fits. Ashera. That's all I got. Well, that was a lot. So thank you. Sneaks. I just love saying that one. Sneaks.
Yeah, I like that one. Neo.
I can picture her like Macavity, the queen of all depravity. I imagine like just saying some sort of cat noise and like requiring that people pronounce it correctly. Like, what's your name? Meow. Meow? No, it's meow. Meowma. No, listen this time. Miss Kitty Fantastico.
Yay!
Who was that? Buffy?
Yeah.
Ah, it was Willow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I want to write that down. Miss Kitty Fantastico. Miss Kitty. That's too many T's. Yep. Fantastico. It's adorable. But I also like Allie because that's totally what she would tell people her name is, because it would amuse her. Puzzle Paws! Puzzle Paws! Zool. Falzura. And I like Ozemia too. Or is it Ozemia? Ozemia. Whisker Doom. It's cute. Miagma. Does the Tarzan yell from Tarzan Boy by Baltimore? Now you're doing it on purpose. Oh. Lucifer! Lucifer! Ow! Ow! Meow! Lucifer! There's no room on this anymore! See, there's Lucifer right there. Right there.
That is actually your cat's name, Andrew? Oh, okay.
Oh. Yeah, Allie is funny just because Alley Cat. And it's this person has a Sphinx body. They are a Sphinx, so they have a cat body writ large. Like they just have the head of a female human, I guess, and then giant wings. So, what's your name? Allie starts licking her paw.
That is an awesome name, Andrew. That is
Oh,
awesome.
Lucifer, Medusa. Should we just make an all cat themed party?
Yes, we need to. Cats are the way.
Oh my god. I think we could.
Meowsabub.
Meowsabub.
Mm.
Medusa, Meowsabub, Lucifer. Lucifer is such a great name. Okay, so in combat, this character will be debuffing enemies and buffing allies, doing damage when need be. And most importantly, at the outset of combat, they're going to have the feat that gives everybody a bonus to initiative and temporary hit points so that they can call out exactly when they're going to be attacked. And they'll also probably take the healing power of the Oracle just in case the Mystic isn't there. This Mystic is kind of amazing in healing, though. So maybe not that one. What's the other? Oh! Knowing weaknesses. That's perfect. Shit, then we don't need Lore Master. Because you immediately know all the weaknesses. Okay, well, we're taking that Oracle feat, so we don't have an archetype again. Linguist? Boring? I don't know. Mugara. Yes. Yes. You named your cat Meowzabob. CJ. Persephone is the cat lady and the rest of the party. Oh my god, Vanessa. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, the rest of this theme is Crazy Cat Lady. No, don't care. I don't care what y'all want. Anybody has any opinions is different. Even if I'm being stupid, I don't care. Crazy Cat Ladies is the party. Crazy Cat Lady. Yes. Yes. Persephone left her husband and now she's the Crazy Cat Lady. And we need a whole group of a Crazy Cat Lady's cats. And Persephone, the Crazy Cat Lady. Yes. Yeah, that sort of fits outside combat, but I don't know. I mean, if this character is already going to have... Yeah, we don't know what happened. Okay, you're right. It still fits out of combat, but it's really useless in combat then. And Lore Master can be rolled for anything. Again, it's boring, but it's even more boring now, but it still fits. Ugh! God, why? Why? Ugh! I hate choosing something just to fit into a party and be mechanically advantageous. Whatever. Field propagandist.
Dude, man, that's awesome.
I'm taking the character sheet down, changing the name, and putting it back up.
It all fell together.
Okay, so next week we're going to continue the theme of kitties. Crazy Cat Lady Party.
Mythological Crazy Cat Lady Party.
It doesn't have to be mythological, but it's funny. Like, can we do a Medusa cat? That's for next week. This was a good journey. Oh god, okay. Lore Master, if I find something else that fits a Sphinx that isn't duplicating the abilities of a feat.
I could probably crochet a sweater to fit a Sphinx.
Oh my fucking Christ. She caught me off guard.
It still happens sometimes.
Packed binder, then gain the appearance you want. That's another thing, though. Sphinxes are proud of themselves. They think they look glorious and they're beautiful, but they wouldn't want to disguise themselves. I love the
Aw,
idea for a character, but it just doesn't fit a Sphinx.
no sweater then. Damn.
They don't need a sweater! Although they do live in the desert, so maybe they would want a sweater. That would be funny. Like this. Oh my god. Oh, I just pictured a full-size lion with no fur. Just picture that, all wrinkly and leathery. Oh, Flexible spellcaster technically works, but it's only mechanical advantage. It's not adding flavor, and we have to add flavor with everything we do. Have to. Otherwise, I'll die. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm hot and sweaty. Apparently, like almost 2 hours is my limit. Limit? Sure. I'm melting under the cat fur. If it's a faux sphinx, no one would know. What's a faux sphinx? Is that a thing? Is that a cat type? Right? Or do you just mean like if they're pretending to be a sphinx? What? I don't understand. Nope, don't understand. Oh, okay. Barred for rhyming, but you can rhyme anyway. You have performance, you can rhyme. Cuz. Oh, you made it up. Okay. I got it now. A bard would still kind of fit for riddles. But the first level of bard is just you're a bard now. It sucks. The first level of lore master is you know shit. That's great. Bards suck, man. All right, I gotta go. Thank you all for being here. We're melting. Okay, so here is the dice that can't even see that. Can you see it now? No, not at all. Maybe if my face isn't there.
Yay!
I hate that.
They have hot pink circuitry and bright green numbers. Yeah, that's not helping.
Oh, it helps totally. I'm sure it helps. They saw the picture.
Yeah.
I put it on the video.
I'll take more pictures. This is for our Loot's Choice giveaway.
Yeah. Starfinder 2 Cyber Dice. Oh my god, I'm really hot. I gotta go. The AC is on full blast, but it's just this room. Holy shit, it's hot. Need Tron themed Starfinder dice. Yes. Electric blue. I said something about that. You should do electric blue. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. We made our Sphinx, and we are well on our way to making our crazy cat lady party. I don't know how the narrative is going to work with all of these characters together just being cats. Maybe Persephone's just like, I don't want a relationship anymore. I'm just going to have cat friends. So any cat is okay. That actually kind of makes sense. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye. Dang, I'm like an ice cream cone right now. I'm just dripping.
That's not an ice cream cone anymore. That's a puddle. A sticky, sweet puddle.
Ew. That's technically a creme anglaise.
Great.
Cat's underworld. I read underwear, but underworld is better. Good night. Oh, yes, they are. And the other side, and ghosts. Because nobody understands cats. I know I already said goodbye. I'm saying goodbye again. Bye. I'm exiting. I almost said something else. Okay, bye.